The NBA's offseason keeps on giving, and after the latest statement from Josh Korenke, not even Nikola Jokic is safe. Some big pieces are on the move, and apart from Jokic, an NBA champion from 2024 could be traded in order to relieve the financial burden of his team. So, who ends up where, and what will the teams look like ahead of the 2025/26 season? Let's start with the hottest piece of news we have right now. Josh Korenke admitted that the Nuggets could be forced to trade Nikola Jokic soon. Of course, he spoke about a hypothetical scenario where a superstar could be injured, but the fact that Korenke flirted with the idea of trading Jokic aggravated the fans of Denver. Addressing this to a greater extent, the owner of the Nuggets said,
"And, I think that for us as an organization, going into that second apron is not necessarily something that we're scared of. I think that there are rules around it that we needed to be very careful of with our injury history. The wrong person gets injured, and very quickly you're into a scenario where that I never want to have to contemplate, and that's trading number 15. And so, we're very conscious of that pushing forward, and, providing the resources that we can when the moment arrives. But that second apron, is it a hard cap? I'm not 100% sure, but it's something that teams are obviously very aware of going forward.
We don't have to dream big when it comes to number 15, and if you remember correctly, Carmelo Anthony, who also wore number 15, was traded to the Knicks while being in the prime of his career. Jokic put up some extraordinarily good numbers in the past couple of seasons, won the MVP award twice, and led the team to a championship back in 2023. But with the current constellation of the Nuggets, chances of repeating this success are slim to none. Therefore, the team needs to think about the injuries of other superstars. Jamal Murray has already missed an entire season with a torn ACL in 2021/2022. Michael Porter Jr. also missed an entire season because of a shoulder injury, while Aaron Gordon only played in 51 games last season. I know what you're thinking, this still doesn't put Jokic on the trade block, but if a couple of season-ending injuries simultaneously happen in the same time, then we could be looking at some moves left and right. And this is the signal for the Lakers to make a potential move. LeBron James and Luka Doncic are in desperate need of a center and a defensive presence below the basket. Furthermore, Jokic would be united with his friend Doncic and would be part of a renowned franchise that has a new owner. The finances are not a problem, and if Jokic's struggles continue in Denver, make no mistake that a move would be a reality sooner rather than later. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. We have Jaylen Brown on the move as well. The 2024 champion with the Celtics found himself in a very questionable situation with the new ownership of his team. Due to the second apron, Boston is trying to get rid of some hefty contracts, and they traded Jrue Holiday and Kristaps Porzingis as part of their mission. And while they didn't think about a potential trade of Jalen Brown, some of the offers that arrived at their camp might be too much to turn down, especially when you consider the fact that the Miami Heat are ready to offer some young pieces for Brown. According to Shams Charania of ESPN, multiple teams have shown significant interest in the Celtics superstar, who is set to earn $53.1 million in the upcoming season. Elaborating on this, Charania said, "For sure the contract of Brown is steep, I understand it, but listen, there are teams in today's NBA, especially in the Eastern Conference, and now we're seeing it in the Western Conference too. It's an arms race in the West, so even if you're a team that's meddling in the playoffs, you're trying to get there, you're trying to make a swing, and I think what we're gonna see now in both conferences is a lot of activity." Jaylen Brown has been dubbed to be the pillar of the recent success of Boston along with Tatum, but now that Jayson won't play until the upcoming season, the new owners of the Celtics would be looking to get the financial burden off themselves by trading the superstar. Apart from the Heat, we need to mention that the Lakers are also interested in this trade, as they would prepare a package with Rui Hachimura, Dalton Knecht, Austin Reeves, and a couple of picks. Why do we think Brown might be out of the Celtics? Because of his team activity that surrounds yet another superstar, Derek White. It seems like Boston is ready to clean house, and White might not be safe at all. Apart from Jaylen Brown, the Lakers have expressed interest in trading for Derek, and while they are highly unlikely to get both of them, one guard will definitely be set as a priority for the Western Conference competitor. Obviously, we are yet to hear some official trade packages because of the sensitivity of this situation, but what we need to mention is the realistic situation in the teams in question. The Celtics are in a desperate need to shed luxury tax, whereas the Lakers want to use the duo of LeBron James and Doncic and add another superstar to it. And what about the young and upcoming talents in this league that didn't have the spotlight to prove themselves? Jonathan Kuminga is one of them, as the number 7 overall pick from the 2021 draft is now looking to find a new home after the arrival of Jimmy Butler. Mike Dunleavy Jr., the GM of the Warriors, pinned the priority of their free agency on solving the issue around Kuminga, not ruling out a potential trade that would happen soon with the team that is ready to give away some of their draft picks. Elaborating further on this, he said, "There were moments where Kuminga wasn't playing as much, then the role increased. He was injured, a lot of up and down, and his role will probably be necessary to clarify." The situation around Jonathan is a bit more complicated. He is a restricted free agent, and Golden State has the right to match any offer sheet that he will receive. As of now, a franchise that is ready to offer a bit more than usual in order to get themselves in the right rhythm is the Brooklyn Nets. The financial room that they have is significantly bigger than their competitors, but teams like the Bulls and the Heat have been linked as potential sign and trade partners. Jonathan will have a lot of motivation to prove himself outside of the Warriors camp because of how Butler took his place in the team. But on the other hand, there is a big question that looms around him. Is he ready to be a franchise leader? Let's not forget the Michael Porter Jr. trade as well. Just because the Nuggets haven't been very loud in the previous period doesn't automatically mean that they forgot about their issues. The inconsistency from the forward has led the team to think about outside options, and there are many teams out there who would be willing to bet on a new opportunity with Porter Jr. One of them is Sacramento, as the Kings' combination of Levine and DeRozan didn't pay its dividends, so they might be looking for a blockbuster swap between DeRozan and Michael Porter Jr. DeRozan is playing extraordinarily good basketball at the age of 35, averaging 22.2 points, 3.9 rebounds, and 4.4 assists per game on 47.7% shooting in the previous season. If he is paired with Jokic, we would have an extremely dynamic offensive duo that could fix a lot of the issues the Nuggets have suffered from in the previous period. Yes, it's not technically solving the depth issue, but the Nuggets are highly likely to ask for a couple of picks as well because of the age difference between Porter Jr. and DeRozan. Therefore, the Kings could be forced to give the second-round picks of 2025 and 2027, which would result in a trade that will intimidate the Nuggets. Another landing spot for Michael Porter Jr. could be found in the Miami Heat, where the Eastern Conference competitor could give up on the services of Andrew Wiggins and Jaime Jaquez Jr. Again, the change of environment for the Nuggets forward is something that his next team would be looking to bank on heavily, because Porter Jr. has a lot of proving left to do after his poor stint with the Nuggets. With all this in mind, what do you think is the most realistic transfer that could happen in the upcoming offseason? Let us know in the comments below, and once you do that, make sure to click on the video that appears on your screen right now.